Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here back with another video, and today we're going to have a battle pack comparison. Before we get into the video today, I want to ask all of you, please go ahead and hit the like button as well as subscribe. It's free to do and it really helps out the channel as well as this video, so it would literally mean the world to me. 4 years ago, LEGO shocked the community by releasing the 501st Legion Clone Trooper set after a fan-fueled campaign comprised of thousands of social media comments and even a song. LEGO came through with one of the coolest LEGO Star Wars sets ever. Fast forward to 2024, and they decided to drop another bombshell of a battle pack. Today we're going to compare these two sets and determine which one is the king of the battle pack. The minifigures are the primary appeal of each of these sets and thus are the most straightforward way to compare which one is better. They're stylistically similar, both giving us 4 clones and 2 standard battle droids. From a strictly numbers perspective, however, though, the Clone and Droid battle pack has the edge as it also includes 3 whole super battle droids. When just comparing the clones, it's really going to come down to personal preference. In a vacuum, I think the 501st clones look a little bit cooler than the all-white P2s. However, I am a huge simp for shock troopers, which gives some points to the Clone and Droid battle pack. The inclusion of the jetpack trooper is what gives the edge to the Clone and Droid set for me. This might be slightly controversial, but I just feel like it's such a waste of a figure in this set. It looks cool enough, but I can't help but feel like I would have much preferred 4 normal 501st troopers instead. Most battle packs have that one figure where you're just like, I don't really need a ton of those, and the jetpack figure represents that for me in this set. Conversely, the Droid and Clone battle pack doesn't have that kind of figure for me. I'm perfectly content army building each of the clones in this set. I don't think it's a surprise that the build category is an obvious win for the 501st set. The detail in the ATRT and Bark Speeder far exceed what we get in the builds for the Clone and Droid battle pack. The Octoptara Tri-Droid is the Clone and Droid battle pack's best chance at being even somewhat competitive in this category, but it still just doesn't compare to the 501st builds. I imagine LEGO was able to add more parts and detail into these builds in the 501st set because it contains 3 fewer droids, but given that the primary appeal for these sets are the figures, I'm willing to bet that people are willing to take simplified builds as a trade-off to getting more minifigures. I also feel it's important to discuss the context when it comes to both of these sets, as they came during very different eras of LEGO Star Wars. Phase 2 clones in general were very scarce when the 501st set came out. At that point, we were lucky to get one single new P2 clone each year. So this set really broke the mold and debuted in a wave where we also were treated to a 332nd troop as well as a new 212th Airborne trooper. The Clone and Droid battle pack, however, is coming during what I would call a golden age for Phase 2 clones. As this video is being recorded, you have at least 5 other legions of P2 clones that you can collect on shelves right now. As awesome as the Clone and Droid battle pack is, the scarcity of P2 clones at the time made the 501st set feel a little bit more special. On the Droid side of things though, the Clone and Droid battle pack brought back the much anticipated super battle droids after being gone for nearly 10 years, and it gave us 3 of them, so that's definitely an advantage to the newer set. Another important thing I think there is to consider when looking at these two sets is determining which set provides minifigures that are more desirable to army build. These sets both include troop minifigures, but when it comes to mass ability, all troops are not created equal. For example, I want far more standard stormtroopers than death troopers in my LEGO Imperial Army. When it comes to clones, I like to look at what we've been shown in canon to get an idea for how many of each variant that I would want in my army. The all-white clones are the most generic ones, yet in Revenge of the Sith, they're probably the ones that we see the least of. I'd bet that if you ask most prequel fans, they probably couldn't even tell you from memory where these guys show up in that film. The Bad Batch has helped a little bit to tip the scale though by showing more large quantities of the all-white P2s. On the other hand, the 501st troops are depicted in pretty substantial quantities in Revenge of the Sith as well as the Clone Wars. The all-white P2s are probably more versatile insofar as you could pop them in any context or planet and then they would fit in. But in terms of which one I want to have more of in my collection, I'm probably going to go with the 501st troops. I also guess I have to address the elephant in the room. The new Battle Packs clones have helmet holes and the 501st Legion clones do not. I'm guessing this might be a deciding factor for some people. For me, it's not. I honestly hardly even notice the helmet holes anymore. For the last part of this comparison, I'd like to look at the big picture for both of these sets, meaning just looking at them and determining which one feels more appealing. The 501st set feels more cohesive given that the blue troops have their corresponding blue and gray vehicles that match. The Clone and Droid battle pack feels like more of a complete playset though, giving you pretty balanced sides to construct an even battle right out of the box. For the final verdict, I'm gonna have to give the win to the Clone and Droid Battle Pack. For me, what it ultimately boiled down to was that the Clone and Droid Battle Pack feels more complete. I put myself in the shoes of a kid, my 10-year-old self. If I got the final first set on the way home from school on a Friday, I'd have some fun arming my clones to the teeth with the many detailed vehicles it includes, but it would be a pretty one-sided battle as I'd only have a mere 2 droids to compete against them. With the Clone and Droid Battle Pack, however, I could stage what would feel like a complete battle and have a lot more fun right out of the box. This would have kept 10-year-old me occupied for quite some time. I'd love to know though, how do all of you feel about this? Which of these sets do you think is the most appealing? Even though I'm pitting both of these sets against each other in this video, both mark pivotal moments in the history of LEGO Star Wars. I think these are great concepts of sets, and I really hope that LEGO continues doing sets like this. That's gonna finish up the video though, guys. If you like what I do, go ahead and support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.